So let's open the meeting at, what time is it? 9:32.
Oh,
So I guess, we'll postpone the minutes and the treasurer's report until January meeting. Everybody agree with that?
yeah,
Yep,
Okay. Right, you all got the agenda, I hope.
yes.
yep.
Okay. As far as I know, we don't have any new business this month. It's just a continuation of discussions that we had last month. Is there any new business anybody wants to bring up? Okay, all right, then let's get going. The continuing business, the joint tax relief and Hugh Cargill appeal. Denny McIntyre. Morning. Hi, Terry.
Hi.
Denny McIntyre and I have been going to the townhouse. We've gone twice to open up the envelopes that have been coming in and to making a record of what people are giving. And so far, this is a quick report. So far, on the envelopes that I've been helping open, Hugh Cargill has received close to $20,000. And tax relief has gotten 16,500. These are
Great.
approximate numbers. If you want the real numbers, Dina, I can give them to you, but they're
No,
really
they'll show up in the report, but I haven't gotten the
Right,
register yet.
right.
Yeah.
And that I think is going to take just a little while, but the office in the townhouse has lots of things going on right now, as you
Yeah.
all know. And I think that we're not at the top of the list to get things done. And I think that is probably very appropriate.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
now.
Terry's giving us a big smile. She has a few things going on in her life.
Right. Things are pretty busy there. I've been talking with Chris Cassidy, and yesterday I walked in and said, Chris, I could volunteer for doing data entry if you wanted me to do that. And he said, oh, that would be really nice. Let me think on that. But, it was just a gesture on my part. I don't know if he's going to take me up on it or not, but I can certainly put numbers into the selectman's checkbook account. So
Are you opening envelopes today? Denny said she was doing it on Tuesdays.
no, Denny, don't. We opened them up yesterday. But Eric Van Loon and I opened them up. Denny was not there. She had something else on her plate. And I think I'm going to make arrangements with Chris to get a room next Monday at 10 o'clock. I have to do that. I talked with Denny this morning, and she will hopefully be there. The first day that we did it, we had an enormous amount. It took us maybe 2.5 hours for both of us working pretty fast. And then yesterday it was only maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and it wasn't nearly as many envelopes. I don't have the count. I could do that real fast if you really wanted it, but you'll get the report when the data entry is done.
I bet there'll be a lot more coming in because people are still figuring out what they're going to do for their year-end contributions.
Yes,
So,
yes, we will see, although I'm just delighted with the generosity at this point.
yes.
So we're going to have some big decisions to make come probably February after the rush, and we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with the
All that
account.
money.
Any questions on the fundraising, the appeals? Okay, the next item of business, the qualifications for property tax relief. I was looking at the rules, or our current I don't know what the word is, qualifications. Bob, do you want to, I think you were going to come up with maybe a suggestion on where we should go with the maximum assessed value of the property?
But, yeah, let me grab something. I did send an email already, with the suggested data. I don't know, I thought I had sent it
I
to
think,
everybody or,
I think so. I can't remember what it said and I didn't print it out.
well,
Can you
all right,
remind
let me,
us?
yeah, let's see. Essentially what I was doing was kind of, I looked,
We
when
can't
we
hear
had
you.
these meetings-
We can't hear you, Bob.
Now, can you? Can you
Let's
hear me
get
okay?
closer.
Closer? think
I have the
I-
proposal if you want me to read it.
Oh, okay.
That the proposed value of the home go from 838,900 to 925,200. For a single owner, income 57,000 to 61,000. Head of household from 72,000 to 76,000, and joint ownership 88,000 to 91,000.
Okay. Anybody want to comment on any of that?
What's the average household, the average home value in Concord? Elizabeth would have that. I thought it was in the eights.
No, Elizabeth's not here.
Yeah.
Bob, do you know the average? I guess that's the mean.
The median is about 900 something thousand.
Median or
Yeah.
median? So the median is the middle point on all the, but it's not the average.
Right, the average is higher. It's 1 million something.
I'd rather have the mean because the really McMansions are gonna all
Skew it.
skew it. So I'd rather
Yeah.
have the median.
Median is 900 and I can't remember the number, but it's pretty high now. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay now?
A
Can you
little
hear
bit
me?
better.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right. So what happened, I went back, actually, the last time anything was done was 2016, as far as our board were concerned, Hugh Cargill. And what I did is I looked at the senior means tax exemption that we have now, which has been updated periodically. And that's where they're at right now. They're pretty much there. We don't have to go that high if people are not, feel like the real estate is too, would be, get a lot more people into it. I think that's the only thing is if we, brings in like a whole bunch of people that we don't have money for.
By the
Bob?
way, the median I just looked up is 960,607. Median income in medium house price in Concord.
967.
960,607. I know, shaking your head. I am too.
And the mean, what did we say?
The mean was well over a million.
Okay, all right. I really have trouble with that.
Me too. I'd rather really focus on income.
And I have a question about that.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, why are we giving a higher income level to people who are filing jointly? Any idea?
And I don't know. That's the way it's set up, but
Right, but it doesn't have to stay
Yeah.
that way. That's my point.
No,
Um,
no.
when I think about it, I look at a head of household with one or more dependents. should probably be similar to the family with the joint filing jointly. I don't see a whole lot of reason to have it different.
So wait a minute, what if there's the head of household? And then there's another income producing person in that home and they're not filing jointly? Isn't it the income for the family unit that
Okay.
we should be looking at? I hear what you're saying, yeah. But sometimes couples don't file jointly.
That
It's
makes
to their
sense.
advantage. What?
That makes huge sense, the total income for the household.
Well, we don't have to say filing jointly. We could say total income for the household.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Total household income. Because I gotta tell you, $57,000, I don't know how you live in Concord on $57,000.
What, you're mumbling.
Oh, that's okay.
What did you say?
It was just to the side about how one could live in Concord on $57,000 a year.
For the single owner.
Yeah,
So, you know, what I'm suggesting is that we look at all three of these and try to make it more reasonable and equitable. My own personal opinion is that 57 is probably too low and 72 could be adjusted a little bit. And I think the 86,000 is too high.
The 86? You mean
Well, that's
91?
what I got out of my notes, but I think it's maybe 88 now. Did you say, Bob?
88 is correct. It's 88,
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
according to
88.
Bob's missive.
okay. Just waiting
Because
for comments.
But now I printed out the graph from the financial report, like back in the fiscal year 19, let's see, it was 881,550 was the previous median.
For the house.
Yeah, for the home, yeah. So, I mean, if we didn't want to jump up to the full value of the home, you know, that's proposed, then we could do something like that. And as far as the income, you know, I think that's just like based on circuit breaker and data, you know, that's the state has.
Is it easy for us to get the information on total household income if they're filing separately? I mean, do we easily have access to those?
Well, Lucy, we've never, ever asked for proof.
Right,
So
I
all
know.
we have to do is just say, these are our steps, you
right.
know. Is it yes or no? I don't think it would make any difference whether they're filing separately or together. We don't need proof. Unless we want to change our ways.
I think people who are in the highest levels are not going to seek property tax support, $325 a quarter. They probably don't even know about it if they're in that, at that
Well,
level.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not well informed in this, but I can't imagine that they would say, oh, you know, we need support in our property taxes.
Yeah. Well, but I would like to be realistic.
Yeah,
You know, if you're saying that, but I think that we should probably have our qualifications reflect that.
oh, I agree, I agree.
When the application letter goes out, there is, these are all stipulated in that letter,
Yes, this wouldn't take effect until next year, I guess when we send
Right.
them out midsummer again.
Yeah, well, like May, probably like in April, May, they
Yeah.
would go out.
So we don't have to make this decision right now, but it's something that should be on our radar. I guess I really would like to adjust the income, probably more than the house value. And I have to say, Denny throws in something. I've made it pretty clear to her that the tax relief committee has no say in what we decide as far as the administration of the fund is concerned, the limits and the qualifications. But she would somehow like to work in the value of the property itself, not the house. I think that adds another probably pretty big wrinkle to the whole thing. And she has one specific example that she keeps telling me about of somebody who owns a lot of property, but the house isn't worth very much, but they're paying a lot of property tax because they own this property. And I don't see how we can really work that. We would have to talk with Lane Partridge
Right.
to get some idea of how that could be implemented if we wanted to go that way.
He's gone, right? Lane is gone.
He
He
left?
left. Yeah, he resigned. I think he went somewhere else. I forgot where
Oh,
they
no, I
changed
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so new, I don't know who the new,
Have they hired a new assessor?
No, we have an
don't know.
interim, for now. We're doing a search and we have an interim. So this is probably not a good time to try to get,
To have that conversation with,
Right.
yeah.
yeah, I mean. we
Is the
can send
interim an
somebody-
internal person?
Sorry?
Who is the interim assessor?
Oh man, he's a retired assessor.
All right, somebody we
remember
don't
his
know. Yeah, okay. All right, that adds another layer.
I mean, he can help to some extent, but he's not gonna have the knowledge and the history that Lane had. Lane
Yeah.
had a really good opportunity to live on Cape Cod, which he has always wanted to do and retire there, so he took that opportunity.
Okay, so let me just ask this. Are we interested in adjusting these numbers? Or do we want to leave them the same?
Do we have to decide right now? I
Well,
think,
the question is, are you
the word-
interested in adjusting them?
yes, I think we should explore it further and get more information, and we should be very open to changing them. But I have no recommendation about what it should be.
Okay, all right.
Is that-
So is this something, can we be prepared to, this is a busy season for everybody. Shall we put this off until February and make some decisions in February?
Yes, good idea.
Everybody else?
yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's all do some research. I really don't know. I don't know how to begin researching this.
Well,
Dina, do
I
you
would
have
like
any
to know,
suggestions?
yeah, and I can look in the treasurer's report, what we have in the fund and how much each year we expend on how many people. I'd like to just get some data because I don't want to start creating a situation where we won't have the funds to
Right,
give out. Although if we're raising income and we're raising the value of the house, that may actually decrease the number
yeah,
come to us. So I'd like to get a better sense of what all that looks like. Only on the treasurer's report, I will only see that they got tax relief. Bob, do you have who gets the requests for tax relief that would have the price of their house, the value of their house?
Well, Jeremy used to get it's sent back to him, but we decide like if they're eligible on our, our committee, so.
Dina, I don't think that the actual value has ever
Put on the
been
form?
listed. The question is your house worth a maximum of this?
Yeah, okay.
And we certainly could go, I mean, there are only 40 some odd people who receive this. That would be, I mean, I'd be glad to go in and do the research on the values. I have the list of people. Or Bob could do that, it's fairly straightforward.
Well, I mean, right now there are like, say there's 50 receiving $1,300, 4 times
Yes.
3.
Yes,
So 50 times that per year. So
That's the amount of money, but I'm looking at what they look like in terms of the value of their homes.
Dina, let me get that to you.
Okay, it would help me how to think about it.
Yeah, I can see that. And I guess the other question is we need to do something about the income. Need to think about, are we really willing to subsidize property taxes for somebody whose family is making $88,000 a year? So I don't know. I would assume that the town has that information. I can do some checking on that also.
Okay.
for the other, like the circuit breaker, you have to prove, right, that what your income is.
Yeah.
But we don't require that, but that if they're probably like, if they're receiving, they're eligible for circuit breaker, they might, also be eligible for our funds as well.
Yeah, I would say we have basically no, or very little connection with that system.
No, but that's what set the level, so,
I got
of
you.
these, well, that we have.
Is that what it is
the
now,
circuit
Bob?
break,
What's the
Yeah,
circuit
it's-
breaker income now? Is that what you put in?
yeah, that's what's on, that's what I put in now,
Okay.
is the proposed.
Okay. Have we beaten this horse enough?
I think so.
Okay,
So, well, like for homework for the next time though, I guess we're looking at February to close it off, because we need to get those we'll have to get the letters off too, like by April or May. So,
yes.
if we revise anything.
Okay, so definitely it's a drop dead time in February. And we can have we
Okay.
can talk about this next month and see
Yeah.
how things are going as far as our research is concerned. But we'll make the
Yeah,
final decision.
Maybe
Well,
Elizabeth will have some input
Yes,
too on the.
yes. Actually, I wrote to her and said something similar, that I didn't want to make decisions without her input.
Yeah.
So let's discuss it again in January, see where we're standing. Make sure we're going to have the information for February and make a decision on both of these things, income and property values. Everybody approve of that?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Let's move on then to the silent fund, which is a very quick thing. I got the money yesterday. Bonnie got me the list. I did a bunch of calculations and we ended up distributing $10,370.
And how many families?
113 families. This is not just families. There's a group of, we get nominations from also the Council on Aging, the Housing Authority, which is mostly elder singles. So for several years now, we've been giving $60 per child and $50 for adults who don't have children. And so the money came yesterday, and Jim and I stuffed the envelopes yesterday afternoon and got them to Bonnie. So she's started distributing them
Right.
as we speak. She was delighted. She didn't think she'd get it until tomorrow. Because the bank has been closed. The Main Street Bank of America has been closed. And then when he put in the order, he was told that that they were very short on $20 bills, and they had to make a special order for the $20 the $20 bills that I needed. So it kind of got delayed, but they got them in yesterday and we did it. So
Great,
that's all taken care of.
excellent.
Do we
Good
know,
work.
I can look in the minutes, how much was given out last year? I kind of wanted to know whether it was more or less.
About the same.
Okay.
It was in the 10th, it might have been $100 difference.
Okay.
But there were more families, but fewer children this time. So it sort of evened out. Any questions about that?
Just
No.
a big thank you to you and Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very interesting process, and somebody is going to be doing it other than me next year, since I won't be on the committee. So I need to pass on instructions, I guess, at least the way I've done it, and it seems to be relatively efficient. I'm sure other people can figure it out a different way, but it worked out.
Great.
I think that's the end. Anything else that we want to discuss in the open meeting?
then I make a motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of discussing individuals or families seeking assistance, the disclosure of which would be a violation of privacy.
All in favor? Or do I have a second?
Second,
second,
Okay, all in favor, roll call.
aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Thank you very much for all the work you're doing. Great job. Great
You
job.
too, Terry.
Thank you too, Terry.
so
Thank you.
we'll be seeing you next
Well,
month, Gary, if not
Terry.
before. I saw your
Okay.
meeting last night. It was well done. So,
I'm glad we're past that. Thank you.
okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Hope to see you all on Thursday night when we do the public hearing for the special town meeting.
Right.
This Thursday night.
okay,
Okay,
Thursday
thank
night.
you.
Bye-bye.
goodbye, and everybody's got the information for the next
We
meeting?
do.
Yeah.
3
Okay,
minutes. Yep.
all right, see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.